So we're going to get into that. We do need the screen change, though. One sec. Sorry, guys. We're getting right into there.
Change the
Yeah, just the scene.
scene.
Click the scene. There we go. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. But anyways, it just started here. We are on Broken Circuit. In the top right, we have Zero. In the top left, we have Dewalt. And obviously, Dewalt is the overall favorite of this tournament. Unbelievably strong. But I tell you what, Zero looking pretty good in that ZVP.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely knows what he's doing, especially when he sneaks those lings in, getting so much damage in that last game. Does he get lings in against Dewalt here, though? I highly doubt it. And maybe he won't even go for an early ling speed here. He might just go straight to layer.
Zero playing one-handed, man. He just took his hand off, took a drink of soda there, just chilling. You know, I was learning a bit about Zero's play, and Misters was telling me he likes his Hydra busts. So maybe a more cheesy, aggressive play against Dewalt. I mean, that's one of those builds that can beat anyone at any level, you know?
Yeah, true.
As you must know as a Zerg player,
Yeah.
you must sometimes punch above your weight category, right?
Yeah, I try not to do it too much on ranked, because then you end up way higher than your actual rank, and then you can't handle, you can't hang with anyone in a macro game. So I try to limit the amount of Hydra busts I do just to practice that macro.
Yeah, I was talking with people, I think I was talking with Tasteless about this. Is that, like, it might be, like, the oldest build that's still top tier.
Yeah, that might
Right?
be
Because,
true.
like, you know, for top tier builds, because there's, like, B tier builds or builds that used to be good that you can still kind of use, but they aren't as good anymore, right? But builds rotate out every couple years. Like, the builds are all different for, like, every matchup, basically, except for 3-hatch Hydras.
I wonder if there's an argument for like two racks, you know the stim timing. That might be older, possibly.
That is a few years old now. Like, the exact timing we have right now is that one
It's
is
been
an old one too.
refined, yeah, for sure. It's been refined, but
Yeah.
the idea.
But you're
is
right.
very
You're right.
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much Broodwar history to go through. It's hard to keep everything straight in your head. Like, there's so much trivia to this game. I could make a whole bunch more of those trivia videos that I did on YouTube.
Oh, those are good. I think you linked me, didn't you?
Yeah, you did it on stream.
Yeah.
You beat everybody.
By the way, yeah, of course I did. I know more about StarCraft than everybody. It's actually hilarious when people don't think that's the case. I've done it for 25 years, folks. So I see Russ Brain in the chat saying, of course, our wonderful sponsor here, getting this all together as well, saying he always uses the cheat at conferences. Glasses give you plus 50% to intelligence. This is how Dewalt tries to cover up the fact he's a Protoss player. But anyways, Dewalt here going for the Forge expansion. He gets the cannons up, throws the gateway down. You know, Zero's sitting here on the speedlings, or soon-to-be speedlings, but I don't think he's going to get too much done.
No, with two cannons here, it's impossible to break down this wall, and, well, the amount of lings it would take is kind of ridiculous, and getting through here with a bunch of probes blocking is going to be hard. He's going to attack his own forge here and that egg just to make sure that those probes don't move out of the way. It's kind of an artificial hold position there in the natural.
By the way, I need to correct what I said before. I saw the tile set, and I forgot about Luna. This is Neo Luna, not Broken Circuit, so...
Okay.
Yeah, anyways. We'll see how Zero wants to play this. He's taken his third hatchery down there, kind of far away from his opponent, but that's a normal place to take it. You see this probe attacking the egg guys. This is, if the egg isn't there, you do it to the gateway. It's the only thing you can do to basically hold position the probe so that it does not move when the Zerglings come in.
That's right. And will we have a layer here? I don't see one just yet. There's the...
That is a Hydralisk den right there.
Damn, okay, so Hydralisk bust it is. This is kind of a far away base here. I don't think there's an easier one that you can take that's closer, though.
Yeah, if you take 12 o'clock and
It's
anything
obvious.
goes wrong, you're done.
Yeah.
So I think you just take that and you're like, well, Hydra speed's pretty quick. But, you know, the Zergling speed opener does deny any scouting. So here, Dewalt has to play this just right, you know?
This is something that's become more popular actually against Gateway first, is going for Zergling speed into Hydralisk range, and then you just do an all-in attack where you hold back the Zealots with Lings, and then you try to gun down the cannons with the Hydras, but this is kind of a variation of that. I don't know
Yeah.
if this is gonna work though.
I think he'll go speed here because circling speed into the regular Hydra speed, then range rush is a very good build still.
Yeah.
But actually, you brought up the Zergling speed into range first into Hydra speed, and guys, these are very different builds. Actually, how they play out.
Yeah.
Have you seen a lot of games like that? This is actually
I
just
have.
my own because I saw it recently, and I was like, oh, I actually haven't seen that.
It's been exploding in the Korean scene recently.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
a better way to deal with gateway first, because it looks like you're going into a layer, because and the Lings deal with all the early zealots. They get rid of the probes on the map. They deny the scouting, and then the Hydralists suddenly arrive. The Lings hold all the zealots back inside the
Yeah.
wall, and the Hydras can get close enough to hit all the cannons. And
That's sick. That's sick. Yeah, I've only seen 1 to 2 games of that so far. So I cast less CVP than Terran matchups. So what can I do? But look, the Hydras are there. This is the speed first Hydra bus where he's just going to try to break it very normally. He is going to kind of walk the Hydras up. He's waiting for more upgrades to finish, for more Hydras to be made, and you can hit this gateway in this position. He's just going to be very careful to not get hit by cannons here.
Dewalt adding on a bunch more cannons. He needs like at least 6-7 cannons here. He might even add on more, just depending on what he sees with that Corsair. Is it going to be like full-on aggression here? We've got some Hydras back at home to defend. Do we have another hatchery on the way here for Zero? Yeah, he is going to add one on in the natural. I think there's already one here at the third, and yes, we are going to 5 hatch.
I gotta tell you, I think Zero has nailed the build order. He's nailed the execution. He's forced a ton of cannons here. Now, I mean, I would say that right now I like Dewalt's spot maybe just slightly more, but this is not bad for Zero. I feel like Zero's done this all very, very well so far.
Yeah, this is a classic transition from the Hydralisk attack. If you catch by surprise Dewalt here, you can just win. But if everything kind of goes sideways, if he gets the idea of what's coming, builds enough cannons, then his economy is still a bit slowed down. His gateways are later. You can thrown out of this, and he's going to go to 6 hatch Hydra. So I think Zero can handle this. It's still quite a difficult tightrope to walk because you're trying to get your +1 online. What did you just see?
Observer, can you just go to the cannons real quick? Center on the cannons. Oh, okay. He does have a second cannon behind. For a moment there, I thought he only had that front pylon. I'm like, dude, a StarCraft 2 player would beat Dewalt right now.
Right.
We never think about sniping pylons in StarCraft 1 because they have so much health in this game, but...
And armor as well, so yeah.
But, anyway, sorry. When I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. I see a way for... Pause the game. I gotta tell Zero about this right away. We need this upset. It's so crazy.
That would be pretty hype, but... We aren't able to hit this forge is the one thing I'm worried about here for Zero, right? Usually when you do a build like this, especially when it's vertical, the wall is vertical, you're able to hit the forge and then you're able to deny the +1. But here, Dewalt placed his gateway a bit forward so he can get a further forward cannon, and he's able to defend it. So he's done this perfectly as well, and Zero's not able to get that +1 denied.
Dewalt is the ultimate grinder right now in the foreign scene. He's putting in the time, he's putting in the effort, and you can see that reflected in like every little thing that he does is really, really pristine. And yeah, he's defended this amazingly, but I have to again just point towards Zero and tell you guys that what I'm seeing here is excellent play. Zero's putting out a monster game right now. I'm literally getting chills right now. Like, because he's playing like he's absolutely playing like a good solid S rank Zerg. Like, because he's like high A, low S, everything. But like his build order, he's nailed it. He's got a ton of hatcheries, a ton of drones. He's teched up a little bit. I love what I'm seeing from him.
Here's something I gotta talk about. We added the 3rd gas, and it's a transition point for the Zerg players. When you add that 3rd gas, you're either going to go into Lurker or you're going to go into Spire Tech, and we have a Spire here. He's going to do a big switch into Muta, try to snipe some Templar, and there's only about 3 Corsairs that are available for Dewalt right now. So
I believe you're right.
Big swing.
Yeah, I think you're right that there's 3. I think he has some spread around doing some scouting and stuff, so not a big deal to go try to count them or anything.
He's
but
supply blocked. Zero supply blocked right now.
Ooh.
He needs to make mutas. He needs to make mutas. He's got 600 gas, 600 minerals. That should be 6 mutas.
Well, don't worry. We'll just attack with the Hydras and get him stormed, and then we'll have the supply. Hopefully he has those popping out. Yeah, he does. And I see his bank go down to like 0, basically. So he's definitely got a lot of something being made right now. More Hydras coming up. He's kind of gathering his army together. And dude, if he pops like 9 to 12 mutas, he's gonna crush. Oh, it's Lurker actually. So maybe he's not gonna go muta.
I think he's doing both at the same time, maybe.
Oh, that would be weird.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's like so gas heavy to try to do that, but you know what? He gets a Lurker down, and because there's no observer, we are gonna see a turnaround here.
This is interesting, kind of back and forth here. Yeah, we're not going to be able to push any farther, and he's picking off some Dragoons, so this is good movement by Zero. It's not nice to fight with less Hydra to the Dragoon, but if you can get a few snipes just targeting down Dragoons and limiting that count, it can really help you out with the next push.
It can. If your drone count is right and you have the 6 hatches, you can refill those Hydras really quickly, and goons, like unsupported goons, unless they have like a real huge number advantage, lose to every Zerg unit. Like literally all of them countered the Dragoon alone. So I think that Zero saw an opportunity to reduce that goon count a little bit, took it, and look, he's still macroing well. He's got lurkers out. He's, you know, Dewalt is going to need to think about taking this third base, and he's going to take it really close.
Yeah, he's taking a close third, and Zero here going to go for the 4th down at the bottom right. He's added on an extra evolution chamber. I gotta say, Zero is playing a sick game right now. Gonna get those upgrades really rolling here. Fill up the map with Lurker. Hydras are gonna be looking for counterattack options, but oh no, Dewalt sending a bunch of Zealots down to the bottom right-hand corner. This could deny the hatch. We really need to see some defenses down there for Zero instead of this counterattack.
It's a fantastic move with the Zealots. Fantastic move. He's defending the location that he wants to take. His third base, while denying the 4th. You know, Neo Luna doesn't have a lot of bases, a 12 base map. So he knows where it's going to be. Like there's only 2 options, really.
Really. Truly. This is a textbook move by Dewalt to send the 5 Zealots around the map and go for a denial on the hatchery, and he does get it shut down there. So Zero's going to send his forces finally to clean that up, but you know, just slowing that down by a little bit is very, very painful. Now, Dewalt hasn't thrown down his own third just yet, so, you know, it's not that bad. We're still, you know, pretty even here. We need to get that base down ASAP, but Zero, you know, that 4th base can come online a little bit later. He's still going to be okay. He just needs to hold on against this push that's coming from Dewalt. Good snipes on some of these lurkers here to start things off.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, he went for the observer, didn't quite get it. It's got like 1 health left. He's going to move back for now. That's really painful. He has a good amount of lurkers here, but without those additional Hydras, he doesn't have any damage to kind of stack here and prevent his lurkers from being cleared.
He does get the observer, so he can't really push much farther forward here, and the Templar, only 2 of them here with no storm available. He can't do anything against these lurkers right now, and he's gonna run forward. Here we go. Zero gonna try and take advantage of this situation without any observers here. He can't actually fight this. He has to back away, killing off quite a few Dragoons. A good move by Zero to kind of kill down that Dragoon count.
Yeah, these Hydras coming in. I gotta tell you, again, Zero, is he not putting out an excellent game against someone who's 2600 MMR and kind of just the best player in our scene? It's amazing to see.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see, and these lurkers are a little bit too stacked up. If there was a storm, he could really punish this. About 4 lurkers could get hit with 1 storm, and there it is. That storm, he's spreading them out.
Yeah.
Good reaction there by Zero. You kind of want your lurkers to be stacked up if there's no storm, but as soon as there's storm, you don't want them to be stacked at all anymore. Running forward here, sniping down a couple of lurkers, but trading out force 3 Dragoons, not bad.
Yeah. Dude, he's doing some great targeting and everything as well. You really do need to storm those when that's occurring, but he doesn't have a lot of high Templars up here. More lurkers being brought. He's got to be careful. That's another big stack of lurkers right there, as you mentioned before. Great storm there to the south. I believe there's no more storms left, so Zero is going to continue to hold this position, and guess what? He has his 4th hatch up, but no drones at it yet.
I think there's a DT sneaking into the 3rd base right now. Something is down there at the 3rd for Zero. 4th base down here, 3rd base. Look at the 3rd base. Observer,
3 o'clock,
3rd
3
base,
o'clock.
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
Up,
3 o'clock. Oh, it's a Zealot. Okay.
Okay, well, that's not scary. Sorry, Observer. So sorry. Our bad.
Well, here comes the attack here. Now 2 observers. He does look for a snipe. Gets a couple more Dragoons. He's done such a great job of limiting the number of Dragoons here. Only 6.
Yes. And look, the high temper count doesn't feel like it's out of control as of yet as well. Ooh, this Observer. Oh, dude, this is so painful. This is the type of move that's going to win you the game.
Yeah, where did this 5-6 Zealot come from?
Those are the ones that canceled bottom right before.
I thought he went down there and killed that. Oh, these Hydras. No, they need to be down here saving this.
Dude, I'm so sad right now for him. The egg helps, but if he was a little bit more precise, a little bit quicker here, he might have just barely saved the hatch. Instead, he's just barely going to lose it. Like, literally, that was so close. There was only, that Zealot was going to get 1 to 2 more hits maximum. So, Zero barely loses that pace.
That is really, really sad. And Zero, what does he have back at home? Has he gone into a hive? You can still kind of fight 3 base to 3 base if you've got the hive and into Defiler tech, but if you're just going straight up Hydra and Lurker Ling, it's going to be very tough to fight on even bases.
Right now, Zero is chasing Dewalt around the map a little bit. Looks like we do have a secondary attack going up and sending Zealots into that natural. Look at that. Dewalt is really finding areas for damage that I didn't think existed. Like, it's not that often you see a Zerg natural with really no Sim City there, no sunken, no lurkers or anything like that. But Luna has a different layout, and Zero's been playing further forward. So very impressed here from Dewalt, finding places for damage with these Zealots.
Yeah, this is one of the hardest things to deal with as a Zerg, is just small groups of Zealots broken off and hitting multiple bases at the same time. He's left this base down here in the bottom right completely undefended for the moment as well, and the force moving through the middle of the map, it might come down here and kill that base. And I tell you, there's not really a lot of space for Zero to do some sort of counterattack. In a lot of cases, we'll have the player who's being, losing a base go for a counterattack and try to kill a base of his own, but look at this. Zero is actually going to take a huge storm on his Hydras, killing off a bunch of those. And now Dewalt has an open path down here to the bottom right to just go and deny the space once again.
Yeah, he can deny that, but he seems to be pushing for now. He's getting some really good storms. There is some clumping going on here from Zero. The game has become a bit more chaotic. But you know what? I think he has enough to just block this all still. Like, not necessarily chase the army and kill it, but I don't think he can be pushed into all the way.
That's right, and that's why I was mentioning going down to the bottom right here would be a good move for Dewalt. I don't think he has to worry about a counterattack too much right now. The 12 o'clock base has a lot of cannons. It's got probably some Templar up there as well, but we haven't gotten a shot of that for a little bit. But yeah, sending this army down to the bottom right, there's almost nothing down there. Okay, Zero really needs to send a few lurkers to that position to maintain that spot. The 4th base is kind of his lifeline here as these minerals start to dry up.
Right now, the little group of Lings here trying to go around for a bit of scouting get caught. It's some very good roaming from Dewalt right now. I think this is one of the most important things for this stage of a game for Protoss is to roam with that army. You want to pick off units. You want to block Zerg from doing things. You want to threaten, maybe hitting the 4th, maybe hitting the natural, right? And the way that you can do that efficiently is this type of roaming that you're seeing from Dewalt. His entire movie kind of army moving around the map. And he's doing a really good job of it.
Ooh, he might catch this drone transfer. This may be the thing he was waiting for. Attacking into this base, now that all the drones are down here, is way more devastating. Gonna get a big storm on these Hydras, and importantly, he opens up a corridor to attack this bottom right.
Yeah, can Zero get enough units down here? He needs to really send everything he has against this army right now. This is a crucial moment. The fact that he's lost his 4th base twice, the game should be pretty much over, but Zero's putting out a good game. It still feels like he's kind of still in it, but he must kill off this army.
Yeah, he must hold this base in the bottom right. He needs some lurkers down. He's bringing the whole thing. But this is opening up now a path back into his main base. Dewalt gonna run by with Zealots once again. Looks like the rallies are actually fighting there in the natural. Yeah, there are enough Hydras, I guess, for a Zealot to hold on, but again, getting in here, gonna kill some more drones.
Yeah, beautiful multitasking here from Dewalt. Still roaming with that army. He's actually catching the reinforcements in the middle of the map, unfortunately for Zero. It feels like, the game is starting to really get away from our tournament organizer.
Yes, that's correct. And if he was indeed up to some shenanigans. This would be the part where Dewalt right-clicks his army into a bunch of lurkers and loses it all.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen.
That would be key for Zero to have a victory here, unfortunately. Dewalt showing, great patience, just great fundamentals of this matchup. And I have to say, this match was so much closer, or this game was so much closer than what I was expecting. I think that Zero just played a beautiful, awesome game, but we're getting down to the last of what he has.
Yeah. If he had stopped that first initial attack down here into the bottom right, he would have been in such a better position.
Yeah.
But,
or even the second, if he had blocked the second,
yeah.
I think this game would look a bit different as well.
For sure.
But you're definitely right. That first one was crucial. That was a great moment from Dewalt.
Now we've all been in this position, us Zerg players, where you haven't been able to secure that fourth base, and you've got a lot of lurkers, but you can't really do anything with them. GG ends up being called. Zero taps out, and Dewalt takes game number 1.
Yeah. All right. I gotta say that was kind of a beautiful game. Really, very much enjoyed that. All right, we're gonna get into map number 2 here. We gotta figure out what map they have. I'll be back in just 1 minute to cast this one. I'll be right back.
I'm just gonna hang out with you guys as we pick out map number 2. By the way, my name is Saiyan SC, casting on YouTube, and casting here with Artosis today. It's been a dream of mine for a while, so I'm really happy to be here. First live event. Shout out everybody in the chat. You guys doing good? Yeah, you are. Get Mister in the mix. I think he's watching behind Zero right now, from what I can see. Yeah, they're all standing back there, cheering on our tournament organizer. And you gotta give him props, man. He's done such a good job today. He hasn't done any practice for himself.
Of course, he's so busy, man. Running BSL 17, like 17 Pro League just finished. Other leagues are going on. He's been setting up this tournament. Zero is a workhorse. He said something like he hasn't he hasn't had a day off in like a year and a half or something. Wow. So yeah. Sorry, I saw clapping and stuff. It looks like Sharp just got his revenge on Boneth.
Okay.
Boneth, did Sharp beat you that time? Is it 1-1?
I beat myself.
Okay, Boneth beat himself. Good to know. All right, we're getting into game number 2 here of Zero versus Dewalt. We have Dewalt in the bottom left, and we have Zero there in the top right. This time it is Broken Circuit.
Broken Circuit. Sounds familiar. Something like what is that name? Circuit Breakers? Is that?
Circuit Breakers. Yeah, it's a remake of that map.
Yeah.
It's actually
a little different.
Yeah, well, the difference is there's a raised mid, and then 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock are raised instead of low ground.
Right.
So those are the primary differences. I think the raised middle is a big improvement. But the actual also the bridges that go from your area into the middle.
Okay.
Instead of 2 small bridges or 3 or whatever it was on Circuit Breakers, there's 1 big one.
Right.
So that's a huge improvement. The middle having some terrain is a huge improvement. But the area around the third base is a little bit wider and way harder to hold. So I would say it's like slightly better than Circuit Breakers.
I was a fan of Circuit Breakers back in the day, and I'm glad to see them revitalizing it and bringing it back better than ever. And I think that the great part about Circuit Breakers, the thing that's really like the centerpiece of that map, is still been preserved here, which is those high grounds at the top and bottom that are over top of the 12 and 6.
You're quite right. That is, and in fact, I think in this matchup, almost more than any other, I've seen that really be a key to victory or defeat.
Right.
Like if Zerg can get Lurker Hydra up there in an offensive position, Protoss gets screwed pretty quick.
I think it's definitely going to be a factor here if we get into, you know, 3-4 bases. There's a lot of bases to be taken around the map here. A lot of mineral bases, which is not something you see very often on maps these days. Is 4 mineral bases around the map as well.
Yeah. Hey, do you like bases with minerals-based thirds or gas-based thirds? What do you like better for watching, like for entertainment purposes, and what do you like better for balance?
I think
this will tell me a lot about what type of person you are.
I think for balance, it's nice to have the mineral thirds because it gives opportunities for players to come back in games. Like, if you can't move forward as a Terran, for example, and take a mineral or a gas base because you're in a bad position, then maybe you can at least grab a mineral base, and maybe that'll help you to get back into the game, right? If it should be a kind of a pocket, easier to defend base. It's not as valuable, but it's gonna give you a way back in. So I do like mineral bases.
Well, that's kind of an interesting take. Yeah, I think mineral bases, the funny thing about them is, well, in some matchups they, oh god, he gets a drone already.
Yeah, we weren't expecting that, so that's why we're still going on. But yeah, that is a big problem.
This is like such standard harassment, right? You see this all the time in this matchup where the Zealot walks in and you pull the drones. But good micro there from Dewalt, does get that kill and ends up losing his Zealot there. But so far, considering it's cross spawn, this is very good Zealot usage. Yeah,
very good Zealot usage. We've got some more lings here in the natural. Needs to get all of those together to actually deal with the Zealot, because what if you lings have died as well? And it's one thing to lose drones, but it's another thing to lose a drone and then all your lings as well, because then you're gonna have to make more lings to be able to control the map, to deal with the next Zealot, and that's just gonna eat into your economy even further. So 4 kills on this Zealot, and all of those are lings. That's pretty brutal here. Damage for Dewalt.
Yeah, he's definitely done better with this than maybe anticipated. You know, obviously this is a build where you can kind of flex your skill a little bit more than something like a Forge Fast expansion where it's just a yes/no question.
Yeah, for sure, and it allows you to distinguish yourself a little bit more than a Forge Fast expansion. Well, these lings are gonna slip in. Oh man, this one ling does manage to get by, but just one ling in the main is not nearly as scary as 2 to 3. I mean, it's like 10 times scarier with 3.
Yeah. Even 2 is like, that's a funny thing. It's not just twice as scary. It's like way more than that.
Yeah.
And 3 is way more than 3 times as scary. It's a funny thing. It's just like the critical masses and how many units actually make a difference.
But no critical mass here in the main for Zero. He's probably going to lose that to a probe, and I think he just did. Has to produce more lings here. Has to deal with these 3 Zealots that are coming in. I mean, this is so annoying as a Zerg player, and it's exactly what you want to do, is just be as annoying as possible as the Protoss. Make sure that you're forcing out more lings and really limiting their drone count. A drone pops out here. There's only these 3 Zealots getting in behind the mineral patches. They're going to take a great trade here. Really tough to surround and kill any of these. And yeah, Dewalt's just doing a fantastic job at really killing every single ling here. Oh my god.
Crazy.
Every ling goes down. Not able to kill even a single Zealot.
Oh my god, the Zealot pull up to the north there is so strong as well. I actually thought he was going to glitch at least one of the Zealots, but gets both of them out of there very quickly. Going to try to dive maybe on some of the drones here. Just excellent control from the wall.
This is getting scary. We've got some money in the bank here for Zero. He's dropping some patches, but he does not have a layer. He's gonna have to go into Hydra here just to hold on against it. Oh, he lost another drone. No, that's so painful.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad for Zero here. Dewalt definitely showing just how high his skill really is. A Hydraless Den is on the way as he's making up to like 5 hatch. I mean, is this just going to be like a pre-storm bus timing? Is that what he's going for, you think?
I think that's his only hope right now. He's gonna have to try something a little bit crazy here. There's no layer. You know, okay, there's the layer actually, so maybe not.
He starts a layer. Well, I mean, I guess you should start it, but the fact that he's already gone up to 5 hatch, you know, with no layer,
Yeah.
and he's getting the Hydralisk Den, it feels like this is supposed to turn into some sort of timing attack. The problem is he doesn't have an Overlord anywhere near Dewalt space.
Yeah, that is a huge problem.
Yeah.
One DT can shut down a Hydra bust so quick.
It literally can. Like, I mean, if they have a DT out, you better have so many Hydras, you're going to just erase the natural.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. 2 hits, kill a Hydra, and it happens so fast. And you can even block the ramp. You can block the Hydras from getting in towards the cannons, and just make it super difficult. So Zero, I think he's just going to really defend here the best that he can, like get amazing SimCity so that he can defend with very few Hydra and eventually get into 3 gas and lurker and all that, and take this into a long game and hope that Dewalt throws a bunch of zealots away in a kind of a meaningless attack against the SimCity.
Yeah, I agree with your analysis there. It looks to me like he is going to play a defensive game from here. I feel like I don't see that very often with 5 patch, no layer Hydralisk Den, right? It feels a little bit weird because he's not going to have access to lurkers. He's not going to, you know, have the potential for a Spire switch at some point. He's, you know, no Overlord speed. That's probably the biggest one of all. So things can go a little bit wrong. And now we have a lot of zealots with leg upgrade going across the map.
Yeah, this is frightening to say the least. That's so many zealots, and there's not many Hydras here in the natural. He needs all the lings back inside the wall just to block and buy time. They're gonna get caught here. A bunch of lings go down. He does drop another building, but it's not gonna block perfectly. The zealots are gonna be able to run by here. The drones can block. Some lings are blocking here at the top as well. That one egg is pretty clutch to block at the top there. The zealot's trying to get by, but he's going to focus down the evolution chamber and really open up this position to get on top of the Hydras and finish these off. There's just not enough Hydra here. Too many zealots, and everything's going down.
Well, that shows you just the unit discrepancy that we had there. The fact that he literally just chunks through the buildings, then kills all the Hydras. That's pretty crazy. And now even the reinforcements coming up, and he's going to kill through those as well. I think we're about to see GG here from Zero. So this was the winner's match, by the way. So that means Dewalt is going to advance in first place from his group. But Zero still gets another match here. And honestly, with the quality that he played, GG, with the quality that he played, Misters is not 100% going to win. Like, he's going to have to play a good game.
He's going to have to play a very good game. And yeah, Dewalt goes through. No surprise there. Get the clapper from the audience here. It's so nice to have an audience in 2023.
Zero.
Yeah, my ass.
Come here.
My ass
Oh, dude. Okay, hold on. Come here.
Yeah.
Okay, little interview with you here. Dude, game 1, you played like a monster. You played a fucking good game.
Yeah, I played my game in game 1, right? It was pretty close.
No, like really? Like you were getting the supply like right next to his, your defense was good, your build was good. If you had blocked the Zealots that went bottom right, you could have won that fucking game for real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, I think it will be possible. I'm too slow, and and whenever like there are things going on at the same time, I'm just missing the Zealots. The Zealots win it. They ran by Zealots won it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you were actually was like, oh, dude, like because you did the speed lane into the Hydra, and then you like macroed out of it perfectly. Your drone count was insane. It was a sick game. So like honestly, watching that, I'm like, you might beat Misters. It's like possible.
Very possible.
I would give myself 30%.
Yeah. No, I think that's reasonable. Like, I think that was. Did you watch? Oh no, you were playing Sharp. That's right.
It was the second game, but there is great potential in Zero and his macro playstyle.
Yeah.
Instead of rushing to the air and speed overlords, he's just getting as many drones as he can and as many larvae as he can. And only so basically he's saying, I'm gonna play passive for a bit, but then I'm gonna out macro.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he does in his EVP, and I have always respected the EVP style.
Dude, honestly, his game 1 against Dewalt, you should go back and watch it. Like, it was legit. Like, he played like a really good game. That was like that might be one of Dewalt's closest games of the tournament. Like, honestly, it was good.
Yeah, I watched
Good
the
shit.
replay and it was 50 drones to 50 probes.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty decent
Yeah.
number. I just fucked up the multitask.
That's dude.
Understandable.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna go into another match here. I'm gonna go pee, and if no one's casting, I can always rejoin.
Okay.
But I definitely have to go pee.
Okay.
Do you want me to mute you, Saiyan, or you want to break, or you will entertain our beautiful audience?
I will take a little break, and
Okay.
when we come back, when the next game is ready, we can hop right in.
Is there someone watching? Oh, we have people watching. We have 400 people.
Wow, 400. Let's fucking go. Let's go, boys. Pump it up.
Yeah, good
Let's go in the chat. Hell yeah, hell yeah. BSL, BSL.
Hey, so we are... Wait a minute.